been a while. I feel like I've been starting a lot of my videos by saying that, but life happens. And I'm back at it. Let's get at it. Believe it or not, I've been posting videos for almost a year now. Fun fact, this Levi's shirt I bought about a year ago, right before I started the channel. I'm like, whenever I work on the guitars, I'll be wearing this shirt, so it's getting pretty gross, getting pretty dirty. Ultimately, the dirtier it gets, the better. It means we're just hard at work, right? So with it being almost a year of throwing out videos sporadically, there's one thing I've always wanted to do, one guitar theme I've always wanted to work on, try, give it a go of. I want to set a guitar on fire. That's right. This week's guitar, backdraft theme, baby. Now before we get into said burning of guitar, we need a little brain juice. You know what I'm talking about. This week's beer of the week is Solemn Oath's The Snaggletooth Bandana. It's an American IPA, packing a 6.5% ABVs. You know how much I love my ABVs. And this brewery's about 20 minutes from my house. So cheers for convenience. Oh, we're adults, let's do this. You know, I've always been a just drinking out of the can guy, forever. But there's just, I don't know, something a little slightly nicer about pouring in a nice glass. It's more to clean, but such is life. That's smooth, it's crisp, it's refreshing, it's good for you too. I don't know about that part. But Solemn Oath's Snaggletooth Bandana, that's, I think, yeah, got it right. So, the verdict on this Snaggletooth Bandana, it's a solid IPA. This doesn't necessarily reinvent the wheel in terms of like adding any extra spices or citrusy aftertastes. It's just a solid, right down the middle American IPA, and there's nothing wrong with that. Check it out, Solemn Oath's The Snaggletooth Bandana. Now that we have the brain juice flowing, I was able to pick up this pretty decent Laguna guitar. It's kind of like a cross between a Schecter and a ESP LTD for close to nothing at my local guitar center. Looking at this, I really struggled with the theme, but I went back to the idea of, you know what, the one thing I've always wanted to try, setting a guitar on fire, trying to give it a smoldering effect. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I've seen one or two other videos online that give it a cool, almost marbling effect. Kind of like if you ever remember leaving like a VHS or like a CD like on your dashboard in your car, and it just kind of starts to bubble a little bit. That's kind of what I'm expecting, probably less bubbling, but something to that effect. I'm also not quite sure how the paint job is going to take to the heat. I'm really curious to see how it turns out. First things first, let's dismantle this. Let's get a slightly fireproof zone, driveway of course. I'm going to be using Zippo lighter fluid. Zippo lighter fluid's terrific because it burns real fast. Not the sense that it's going to drip all over the place like gasoline or something else. The Zippo lighter fluid I think is going to be great in terms of giving it a mild burn effect and not shredding it like charcoal. Let's see if the guitar survives the fire. First takeaway, I had no idea it'd be so hard to set a guitar on fire. I think it's a piece of wood, a little bit of paint, should burn for days. Not so, at least with Zippo lighter fluid, which is actually probably part of the problem, or just part of the side effect. But check this out. Looking pretty cool. Let me clean this up a little bit. Again, to get the wood to catch fire, I had to sand the hell out of this thing. All right, I still gotta clean this thing up. Also, I spilled stain all over the basement floor. Let me get this taken care of. Garage, I know where I am.